Are you prepared for a long-term blackout? A question that's often overlooked until the lights go out. Today we're delving into the nitty-gritty of enduring the never-ending night. We're covering everything from securing alternative power sources to managing food and water supplies, lighting, and warmth. We're not just focusing on survival, but also on maintaining comfort in the face of adversity. So brace yourself for an enlightening journey into the world of blackout preparedness. Stay tuned as we delve into the first step of preparation, securing alternative power sources. When the power grid fails, alternative energy sources become your lifeline. A profound statement, and yet so true. In a world increasingly dependent on electricity, the idea of a long-term blackout is daunting. But fear not, for there are alternatives that can keep your home buzzing with energy, even when the rest of the neighborhood is plunged into darkness. Let's start with solar power. Solar generators are a fantastic option for harnessing the power of the sun. These devices convert sunlight into energy, storing it for use when needed. They're clean, renewable, and once installed, virtually free to run. Plus, they're silent operators, which can be a significant advantage in a blackout situation. However, they're not without their limitations. Solar generators depend on sunlight, and during a cloudy day or at night, their efficiency drops drastically. That's where battery storage comes into play. By storing the excess energy produced during the day, you can continue to power your home during the night or on less sunny days. But what if you live in an area where sunlight is a luxury? Enter wind turbines. These towering giants harness the power of the wind, converting it into electricity. They can operate day or night as long as there's wind, and while they might not be as quiet as their solar counterparts, they are a potent ally in the fight against blackouts. Remember, the goal here isn't to power every single device in your home. It's about maintaining essential services, such as lighting, heating, and communication devices. By carefully managing your energy consumption, you can stretch your power supply to cover your most critical needs. And let's not forget about human power. From hand-cranked generators to pedal-powered devices, there's a certain satisfaction in knowing that you can generate power with your own two hands. While these might not supply a large amount of energy, every bit counts in a blackout. With alternative power sources in place, let's move on to our next essential need: water. Because as we all know, without water, survival is next to impossible. But we'll delve into that in our next segment. Stay tuned. Water is essential for life, and during a blackout, maintaining a clean supply becomes a priority. When the lights go out and the faucets run dry, it's our ingenuity that keeps us hydrated. Storing water is a vital part of preparing for a blackout. And it's not just about filling up every available container, it's about having a system in place. Consider large-capacity storage tanks that can keep a family hydrated for weeks. And don't forget about rainwater harvesting systems, a renewable source that Mother Nature provides. But remember, not all water is safe to drink. That's where purification comes into play. Boiling is a tried-and-true method, killing most pathogens that can make you sick. However, without power, you might need to get creative. Solar stills, for instance, use the sun's heat to evaporate and then condense water, removing impurities in the process. Then there are chemical purifiers. Iodine tablets, chlorine drops, they're small, portable, and can make water safe to drink in a matter of minutes. And for those who want to go a step further, there are portable water filters. These handy devices can remove bacteria, viruses, and other contaminants, ensuring every drop you drink is clean and safe. Now, let's not forget about hygiene. It's not just about drinking and cooking. Keeping clean is crucial to prevent disease and infection. Wet wipes, hand sanitizers, and no-rinse bathing products can be a godsend during a blackout. And for washing dishes or clothes, consider biodegradable soaps that won't harm the environment. Water is life. It's what keeps our bodies functioning, our food cooking, and our hygiene in check. Ensuring a clean, reliable water supply during a blackout can mean the difference between just surviving and thriving. With water secured, our next focus is food. In a long-term blackout, having a well-stocked pantry can be your saving grace. A phrase that rings true in the throes of darkness. But what does a well-stocked pantry look like for a long-term blackout? Let's start with the basics. Non-perishable food items are your best friends. Think canned goods, fruits, vegetables, beans, and soups. These items have a long shelf life and can provide essential nutrients. But don't overlook dry goods like pasta, rice, and lentils. These can be easily cooked and are a great source of energy. And speaking of cooking, how do you plan to cook when your electric stove is out of commission? Enter alternative cooking methods. One option is to use a camping stove. This compact and portable device can be a lifeline in a blackout. It's powered by propane or butane gas canisters, which you should also stock up on. Another option is a solar oven. Yes, you heard that right. An oven that uses the power of the sun to cook your food. It's a clean and sustainable way to prepare meals during the day. However, it's important to note that solar ovens are dependent on weather conditions and may not be as effective on cloudy or rainy days. And let's not forget about the good old-fashioned fire. Having a supply of firewood and knowing how to safely build and manage a fire can be invaluable. It can be used for cooking, boiling water, and even providing some warmth. Now you might be wondering about refrigeration. Without power, your fridge becomes a large box of rapidly spoiling food. So it's best to consume perishable items first and then move on to your non-perishable supplies. Remember, variety is key. Stock different types of food to prevent taste fatigue and to ensure a balanced diet. And don't forget to rotate your stock to keep it fresh. Now that we have food and water covered, let's illuminate our surroundings. Because even in the darkest nights, a little light can make a big difference. Lighting is more than just a convenience during a blackout. It's a matter of safety. When the lights go out, even familiar surroundings can become hazardous. But fear not, there are various options to keep your environment illuminated. Battery-powered lights such as flashlights and lanterns are a must-have. They're portable, bright, and reliable. For a more sustainable option, consider solar-powered lights. During the day, they soak up the sun, and come nightfall, they're ready to shine. Now, let's talk about strategic placement. It's not just about having light, but where you have it. Key areas like entrances, stairways, and bathrooms need to be well lit to prevent accidents. Remember, safety first. But also consider communal areas. A well-lit living room can become a beacon of comfort, a place where the family gathers to share stories, play games, or simply enjoy each other's company in an otherwise challenging situation. Candles can also be useful, providing both light and a bit of warmth, but remember they should never be left unattended. Safety again is paramount. Oil lamps are another option. They're brighter and last longer than candles, but they do need to be handled with care. In the end, the goal is to create a safe, well-lit environment that enables normal activities to continue as much as possible. With our surroundings well lit, let's discuss how to stay warm and dry. In a blackout, maintaining body temperature and dryness becomes crucial for survival. As we delve into this next phase of our Blackout Preparedness guide, let's talk about how to fortify ourselves against the cold when the heat's off and the lights are out. First up, layered clothing. When the thermostat goes dark, your body becomes its own heat source. Layering clothes helps trap this body heat, creating a natural shield against the cold. Start with a moisture-wicking base layer, add an insulating middle layer, and finish with a weather-resistant outer layer. This is not just about wearing multiple sweaters, it's about creating a system of layers that work together to keep you warm and dry. Next, insulation hacks. Insulation isn't just for your house, it's for your body too. Simple hacks like using foil emergency blankets or sleeping bags can provide an extra layer of protection. You can also insulate your living space by hanging blankets over windows and doors to keep the cold air out and the warm air in. Remember, the key here is to reduce heat loss as much as possible. And let's not forget about moisture control. Staying dry is just as crucial as staying warm. Wet clothing can rapidly increase heat loss, making you feel colder faster. So ensure you have dry clothes to change into and avoid sweating by removing layers if you start to overheat. Finally, consider the power of shared warmth. Huddling together can help distribute body heat among a group, providing a communal shield against the cold. This is especially useful during sleep when your body temperature naturally drops. Remember, the more prepared you are, the better your chances of turning a potentially disastrous blackout into a manageable inconvenience. So don your layers, insulate your space, control your moisture, and share the warmth. Because when it comes to surviving the long night, it's not just about keeping the cold out, it's about keeping the warmth in. Let's recap our journey towards blackout preparedness. We've traversed the terrain of alternative power, probed the depths of water storage and purification, navigated the realm of non-perishable food and cooking methods, illuminated the darkness with strategic lighting, and armored ourselves against the cold. Remember, it's not just about survival, but about sustaining comfort and normalcy amidst the challenging blackout nights. The question now is, are you ready to face the never-ending night?